everyone, welcome to my Optimum Health God's Way YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the importance of nutrition for our health. Yes, nutrition is one of God's important health principles. According to ancient Greek physician Hippocrates, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. So here he is emphasizing that nutrition is important to prevent diseases and to cure diseases. In Ecclesiastes 10:17, it says it's important to eat for strength, not for drunkenness or gluttony. And 1 Corinthians 10:31, when we eat, we need to eat for God's glory, not for our selfishness. Proper nutrition can be secured from the four main groups of original food that's given in Genesis 1:29, like fruits, nuts, grains, and vegetables. Yes, they provide essential nutrition for our good blood and for elimination of waste. So when we look at God's diet found in Genesis 1:29, fruits, nuts, grains, vegetables, okay, they are low in fat, low in protein, and high in fiber and high in nutrients. When we look at God's healing food, they are plant-based, fresh, raw, wholesome, high liquid content, and herbs. However, when we look at the diet of most or majority of people these days, it's just the opposite. They are high in fat, high in protein, low in fiber, and low in nutrients. No wonder a lot of the people nowadays are sick, and especially with chronic illnesses. So let's look at the reasons why majority of the people's diet is not healthy or causing a lot of sicknesses and diseases. High in fat. High fat diet burden the liver, which is responsible for metabolism of excess fat. That's why when our liver is burdened, a lot of excess fat is the result. And so high fat diet causes cells to clump together, so it is harder for blood to pass through bloodstream, so it causes high blood pressure. And high fat diet contributes to a high fat person, so it causes obesity and diabetes. There is absolutely no cholesterol in God's natural food diet. The only source of cholesterol outside of that which is manufactured or produced by the body comes from animal products. It could be dairy, eggs, or meat. Our high in protein, like animal products, some nuts, beans, gluten, tofu, and other foods. As when we eat food high in protein, it requires more energy and nutrients to metabolize protein. So when we eat way more protein than our body is able to metabolize or break down, there is the excess or undigested protein that is poison to the body. And that toxic waste, that is excess undigested protein, adds to the rush hour traffic effect of an impure bloodstream. So it causes high blood pressure. And this excess protein causes more work or burden kidney and liver because it causes more uric acid and urea. As a result of that, people suffer gout, kidney disease, some cancers, kidney failure, liver disease, dehydration, and all. And animal protein is injurious to the body because most meat contain more phosphorus than calcium, so it upsets the body ratio of calcium to phosphorus. As a result of that, calcium leaves the bone to balance the rush of phosphorus added to the bloodstream, so it causes calcium deficiency, contributes to high blood pressure. And excess protein is converted to fat, so it causes obesity. Now let's look at low in fiber. Causes constipation. As a result, that causes high blood pressure and some cancer because low in fiber places toxins into the bloodstream, so it causes poor circulation. And low fiber means low in essential nutrients too. How about low in nutrients? When we don't have enough nutrients in our food and in the body especially, we can maintain or prevent diseases, especially chronic diseases and sicknesses, and to maintain overall health and well-being because we don't have enough nutrients to rebuild, repair, heal, strengthen, or energize the body to boost the immunity. That means to fight against the diseases, to prevent infections. Now let's look at medical physiology textbook about nutrition facts. Number one, each of 100 trillion cells in the human beings is a living structure and can survive indefinitely and can reproduce itself. But of course, provided its surrounding foods contain appropriate nutrition. And nutrition is important for health and development at all stages of life. And thirdly, we have an overabundance of food, and we eat an overabundance of food but are starving of nutrients. And number four, all of the known facts involving autoimmune disease are affected by nutrition, like lupus, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, and good nutrition is essential for maintaining physical and mental health, preventing chronic diseases, improving overall well-being, provides the body with the necessary nutrients to function properly, to support growth, and for the development and longevity of human beings. That means long life. Now let's look at health benefits of nutrition. Number one, reduced risk of diseases like heart, type 2 diabetes, stroke, cancers. Number two, improved immune system. Help us fight against diseases, infection. Number three, stronger and healthy bone, teeth, muscles, tissues, and cells. Number four, to have healthy skin and eyes. Number five, to maintain healthy body weight. Number six, helps digestive system work properly and helps us live longer. Number eight, to help with healthy pregnancy and childbirth. Now let's look at research findings on nutrition. Research shows that eating healthy food can improve your health and your well-being, whereas eating unhealthy food can increase your risk of disease. For example, eating fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts helps improve your physical health, and healthy food helps improve your mental health and your quality of life, even your quantity, so because you live more years. And unhealthy food increased risk of obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, which is a cluster of conditions that increase the risk of developing chronic diseases. And earlier we have seen it causes autoimmune disease too. Now let's look at advice on eating to gain the most benefit of it. Number one, eat God original diet like Genesis 1:29, like fruits, nuts, grains, vegetables, or food that is low in fat, low in protein, high in fiber, and high in nutrients to provide the body with all the essential nutrients for good blood and to eliminate waste. Number two, healing food here is plant-based, fresh, raw, high liquid content, wholesome, and some herbs like rosemary, oregano, basil, sage, cilantro, parsley, and all. I heard of since our cells are living cells, they love living food. They don't like dead food. Number three, chew your water and food thoroughly. It's good for your teeth and your gum because the enzyme or amylase is produced in the salivary gland. It's very good for our teeth and gum when we chew thoroughly. Number four, please don't eat fruits and vegetables at the same meal because it disrupts digestion. Please don't drink water or any liquid during meal, especially cold drink, because it gives more work to your digestive system. Please don't have many varieties of food in one meal. It interferes with one food to the other and then with the digestion too. And when you have varieties of food, especially like buffet, you tend to eat more, so you tend to overeat. Number seven, space each meal 4 to 5 hours to give time for digestion. And number eight, try not to snack. By snacking, it gives more work to the digestive system, and of course, it costs you more money. You could have saved the money. And number nine, you have to eat breakfast like a king. So eat the big meal for breakfast, and for your lunch, eat like a queen. So medium size. And for supper, if you have to have supper, make it the smallest portion, because 2 meals a day is the best as long as you eat healthy or nutritious food. I remember my teacher, when we went for the training, we got to eat only 2 meals a day, even though at times we were hungry, But when you think of sick people, they are sick. They don't need to eat much because their body is already overtaxed with their sickness. And if they eat a lot not more, it will be too much for the body to handle. And number 10, don't eat right at the time you are sad or mad because it can cause bloating, acid reflux, and abdominal pain. 11, don't overeat because the quality of food is more important than the quantity. That means the nutritious food is more important than eating a big or a lot of food. Number 12, avoid any unhealthy food or beverage like refined sugar, refined salt, refined flour, fat, fries, processed food, caffeine. Instead, since nowadays it's very hard to find nutritious food, so try to get some supplements like Better Than Greens, Moringa or Spirulina, Chlorella, sea moss, barley green, and others. Physically, we need nutrition to nourish, strengthen, and heal our physical body. Same thing spiritually too. We need nutritious food like God's word to nourish us, strengthen us, and heal us spiritually. So let's look at what the Bible talks about nutritious food. Number 1, Matthew 4 verse 4. When Jesus was tempted by Satan, the enemy, Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds or comes from the mouth of God." And 1 Peter 2 verse 2, Peter talked about pure spiritual milk, that is God's word, as food to grow up into salvation. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 2, Paul fed people with spiritual milk, that is God's word. Deuteronomy 8 verse 3, it says, "A man shall live by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord." And 1 Timothy 4 verse 6, we need to be nourished in the words of faith and of the good doctrine. Jeremiah 15:16, Jeremiah found God's words and ate them. Friends, I would like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health as your soul prospers. Bye for now. Until my next video, God bless.